Welcome to the IELTS Success Summit YouTube channel and IELTS Summit Academy Facebook group. I'm happy to join with you in this lesson, and you're in the right place if you want to learn everything you need to know about the IELTS exam and find the best tips and strategies for every section of the IELTS exam. And today we're going to focus on the writing section. And I've heard very often from many different test takers that the writing section is probably one of the sections you're most worried about because it seems like a difficult task. And we're going to focus on this today because you're not alone in this. Those who take statistics for the IELTS exam have shown that out of the millions of test takers who take the IELTS exam during the course of a year, the average IELTS test taker always gets the lowest score on the writing section. So it's an important section today, and if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to show you the simplest and most natural way to get the score you need on the IELTS exam in writing Task 2. So let's get started and let's talk about what exactly it is that you have to accomplish in writing Task 2. So we're just taking a minute here. Oh, good. So in writing Task 2, there are basically four things that are being measured or being evaluated. The first is your vocabulary, and in every section of the IELTS exam, you're always being evaluated on your vocabulary. And the second is grammar, and again, this is true for every section of the IELTS exam. Vocabulary and grammar are the main components of your measuring your English language ability throughout the IELTS exam. But one thing that's unique to writing Task 2 is how you structure your essay, how you form your paragraphs and the overall outline of your essay. And we're not here to talk about that in this lesson, but if you want a really good lesson on how to structure your essay for writing Task 2, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can find a great video about how to use the rule of 3 and accomplish that task in writing Task 2. But today we want to focus on task achievement. How do we accomplish exactly what they're asking us to do in writing Task 2? And task achievement really means just following the instructions and doing what you're asked to do. So let's talk about task achievement. What are you being asked to do in writing Task 2? So here's just an example of a typical IELTS prompt. This actually comes from a real IELTS exam. And as you practice and you look for different prompts to practice throughout your preparation for the IELTS exam, you'll find many prompts that look very similar or identical to this. You have 40 minutes to spend on the task. And in this case, you're being asked about violence on television and in computer games. And then there's a simple question. What is your opinion? And in other IELTS prompts for other writing tasks and other topics, you'll see things like, do you agree or disagree? Or to what extent do you agree? Or offer a solution to a problem. Whatever the instructions say, in this case, in all of them, you're being asked to give your opinion and write 250 words about your opinion. So, and then the last and the final part of the prompt, give relevant examples from your own life and experience. And what I want to talk about today when it comes to task achievement are the two most important parts of this instruction. First of all, you're asked to give your opinion. That's your task. What is your opinion on this topic? And how will you give your opinion? What will be the source of your opinion? And this is the second part. Give relevant examples from your own life and experience. So when it comes to task achievement, these are the two most important things to recognize. What is your opinion? And give relevant examples from your own life and experience. That's your task, your main task for writing task 2. So what is your opinion? Where do you get your opinion from? Well, your opinion is simply your own ideas, your own thoughts, and your own feelings about any particular topic or subject. If you believe something about a certain topic, then that's your opinion. And it comes from your own ideas, your own thoughts, and your own feelings. Now, when you're thinking about the IELTS exam, and you're thinking about going to university or having a new profession in a new country, you're taking the academic IELTS exam. So why is this called academic? Well, the reason is not because of the content of the exam. The content of the IELTS exam is not academic. It's everyday topics. It's everyday subjects. You don't need any academic background to be familiar with the topics in the IELTS exam. The reason it's called academic is because of the purpose for which you're taking it, and that's to get into university or follow an academic future after the IELTS exam. Even though it's called the academic IELTS exam, the test itself is not academic. It's everyday topics, everyday subjects that you'll already be familiar with, that you come across in your daily life. And when it comes to writing task 2, when you're asked to give your opinion, you're simply being asked to share your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings about these everyday common topics. What do you believe is the best solution to a problem? To what extent do you agree or disagree with the problem or situation that's brought up in the prompt? But your opinion is your opinion. It's not based on academic research, although that might be a part of your background. It's not based on what you watch and view on YouTube or in social media, although that does influence your opinion. But the main thing to realize is it's your opinion, your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings. So this should help you to begin to think about how natural and simple it can be to share your opinion in writing task 2. And this is what we're focused on here. Where does your opinion come from? Your opinion comes simply from your experience, the total sum of all of your life's experiences. And this may include studies in school. It may include work experience and employment experience, but mostly it's going to come from the influence of your family, the influence of your friends and your community, and the things that you see happening in the world from day to day and how you think about them, your ideas, your thoughts, and how you feel about them. So this is where you can begin to think about how natural it is and how simple it will be to accomplish the task in writing task 2 because of these two things. Let's just remind ourselves of the prompt again. What is your opinion? Well, your opinion is your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings. And where does your opinion come from? It comes from it comes from your own life and your own experience. And that's why it's so important to make sure you include these relevant examples that come from your own life and experience, because these are the most powerful part of expressing your opinion in the IELTS exam, and where you'll be able to write the most effectively, the most naturally, and the most simply, because they're a part of your everyday life. So when you're asked to do something in writing task 2, let's just paraphrase or summarize what your main task is in this section of the IELTS exam. Basically, what you're being asked to do is to give your opinion based on your own life and experience. So let me ask you a question. What could be more natural than that? What could be more simple than just sharing your opinion from your own life and experience? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're asked about the topic of drinking coffee every day. In your opinion, is it important to drink coffee every day? Well, it depends on your experience, and the reasons you give are going to depend on your background and your experience. So, for example, maybe in your opinion, it's not a good idea to drink coffee every day because you come from a very health-oriented background. You're always paying it very careful attention to your diet and nutrition. So you're going to say, I don't believe that caffeine is something that I should be adding to my life every day. And I find that caffeine makes me edgy and it doesn't help me feel relaxed and comfortable during the day. So in your opinion, based on your background, coffee is not a good idea. It's not something that you should drink every day. But maybe you're a professional coffee maker, you're a barista, and you appreciate the science and the art form of brewing a good cup of coffee. And in your opinion, a good cup of coffee is very important to enjoy the smooth taste and aroma of coffee and how much it can add to your being relaxing and decreasing your stress levels. So, and just appreciating the art of a good cup of coffee. So from your background, that's your opinion. Or maybe you're like me. I drink a couple of cups of instant coffee every morning just to get my eyes open and get me started for the day. But after that, I don't drink too much. And I'm not a coffee connoisseur, so a cup of instant coffee is what I was raised on. Because every morning I would see my mother boil the kettle, put a couple of spoonfuls of instant coffee into the mug, and maybe in a mug for me too. And we would just sit down and enjoy a simple cup of instant coffee every morning. So I think a good cup of coffee is good because it could help you remember about the good times in life, maybe that you spent with family, and it brings back good memories. So it doesn't matter what your opinion is. In the IELTS exam, you are not being tested on the validity of your opinion. You're being tested on how you express it in English. So when it comes to task 2, again, what could be more natural and simple than just sharing your opinion in your own words, giving your own ideas, your own thoughts, and your own feelings about a particular topic. So let's just get down to the practical part of this lesson. How can you prepare for writing task 2? How can you become very natural and relaxed and approach this task simply knowing that you do have the vocabulary you need? You'll have the vocabulary you need because you don't have to memorize academic word lists and fancy words, because the words that you're going to use and the vocabulary that you're going to use are an expression of your experience and your life. They'll come quite naturally to you. And you don't have to worry about grammar and structuring your essay. That will come with practice. But what you really want to do is learn how to share and get your opinion in a very natural and special way. So I'm going to share that with you right now. If you do need extra help when it comes to vocabulary and grammar, I have lessons on my YouTube channel about how to improve your vocabulary for IELTS. And again, I'll give you a little warning, it will be a very natural process to improving your vocabulary. I also have lessons on how you can improve your grammar for the IELTS exam. They're simple, straightforward lessons. And also, if you're looking for a lesson on how to structure your essays and the techniques for writing, there's a great YouTube video about how to succeed in writing task 2. And these are all found on my YouTube channel, so don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and look for new videos that come up each week and lots of other videos that will help you. So let me just share with you now. It's not going to be earth-shattering. It's not a big secret. There's no trick to it. But the simplest way and most natural way to prepare for writing task 2. And it's simply this: write daily. Write every day. Take 5 to 10 minutes every day and write in a journal or a notebook. Get yourself a notebook, especially, here is a little tip or trick. If you're going to be doing the paper-based IELTS exam, and I highly recommend doing the paper-based for lots of reasons. And if you go through my other videos, you'll see that a lot of the strategies for reading and listening sections are based on doing the paper-based IELTS exam. But writing daily with a pen and paper is probably just another little way to feel even more comfortable on exam day when you have to write your essay on paper with a pencil. But just take a few minutes every day and write your ideas and your thoughts and your feelings about anything. Write about your experiences. Take 5 to 10 minutes a day just to simply share your ideas, your thoughts, and your opinions on the things that occur in your life and you come across on a daily basis. And there's lots of different things that may come up. You may have experiences at work. If you have if something unique or special happens at work on a particular day, write about it. Or at school, if something happens in a class or something that you learned that was particularly interesting for some reason, write about it. Maybe something's happening in your family. Take a few minutes and write your thoughts and your beliefs and your ideas about it. Or among your friends, maybe something great happens to one of your friends, or maybe something not so good. Well, take a few minutes to write your opinion about it. What did you think about it? How did it affect you? Maybe something's happening in your community, or maybe you're watching the news and you see something that's taking place in the world. Just take your notebook and spend a few minutes and write your thoughts and feelings and ideas about it. Maybe you see something on the internet, and maybe you see something that shocks you or something that makes you feel good. Well, write about it. Write naturally and just write your thoughts and ideas. You can even write about the weather. All of these topics, all of these things that I've just mentioned to you: work, school, family, friends, community, the world events, the internet, weather and climate. These are all the most common topics of the IELTS exam and writing task 2. These are the topics. They're not academic topics. They're not topics that require fancy academic vocabulary. These are things that are taking place in your everyday life, and these are the most common topics of the IELTS exam. So I would encourage you, maybe your homework for this week, can go and get yourself a notebook and start writing on a daily basis. And I guarantee that if you take 5 to 10 minutes to write your daily thoughts and ideas, this will be the best preparation for feeling comfortable and natural and confident on test day when you approach writing task 2. I hope you found this helpful. Be sure to check out the other videos that are available on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. And I want to wish you all the best on your journey as you prepare for the IELTS exam.